Feel Good Friday. Vape Radio, vaperadio.com, and the free Android app. Are you feeling good? Maybe a little bit more than you were?
Well, a little better, but I think it's just the 3 rock stars I'm drinking already.
That helps.
Yeah.
That helps.
Yeah.
And, of course, it is Feel Good Friday. We've had a lot of interesting news this week. Some of it, some of it good. I think this personally, I think this is the best news of the week right here.
Really?
Myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
I mean, that's just me. But I got to let the man...
We talked about it so many times, like this industry and all the transitions it's going through, and it's to remember the people that have been there and been fighting this fight, and to honor those people, not have them return home like a Vietnam vet where we go, oh yeah, you're used up and we don't care anymore. To do something for these people that have been, pioneers in advocacy, e-liquid, whatever in this industry that have truly made a difference. And
who are the people who have gotten vape to where it is and where it's going?
Yeah, who do we owe a bit of gratitude about? And that's the whole idea behind this. So I can't wait to find out who the final or inductee is, huh?
The final inductee of the charter class of the Vape Hall of Fame. And to let us know who that is, cue the music.
No chance, that's what you got.
The Vince McMahon of vape himself. Michael Wittenberg.
That's more like it, sweetheart.
Does that make Larry as Triple H?
That makes Larry Linda. That makes Larry Linda.
Yeah, but but the problem is, here's the problem. If that makes Larry Triple H, that makes Angela China, and that's just
Angela's way hotter than China.
Yeah.
China scares me.
That's what I'm saying. So it doesn't work.
Yeah. And, well, I don't know. I mean, Angela does have less back hair, I think.
Right. Yeah.
She does have.
He doesn't know how to answer that. Either way, he's in trouble. If he says no, she doesn't have nearly as much back hair, you're in trouble. If you say yes, you're in trouble. There's no easy way out. Yeah. Welcome to being in a relationship, Michael.
Oh, all right. So, Michael, National Vape Expo, Mohegan Sun is going to be where the induction ceremony takes place for the Vape Hall of Fame, the charter class, the inaugural class, and your final inductee.
Let's roll down. Who do we so far? Let's go through all the inductees. So we have. Go ahead and reel them off, Michael.
So we have Julie was the first one.
Julie Woessner, right?
Then we did 5 Pawns as a second.
5 Pawns.
Then we did last week as the third. We did Mike Runshe.
Mike Runshe, Giant Vapes.
And this week we are doing. Do I get a drum roll again? I mean, this is we got to talk about production.
He's so needy. He needs intro music. He needs drum rolls. Oh God, what's coming next.
I'm a diva.
You know what's coming next, right?
Let me ask you,
speaking of WWE, he's a diva. Yeah.
Who's the only show producer that fills your rider? So now you have to fill my rider. The shoe's on the other foot. You like it now? That's right.
He is the Mae Young of vape. Give him his drum roll, for God's sake.
Here's your drum roll. Here we go.
The final inductee is?
The fourth and final inductee into the charter class of 2019 of the Vape Hall of Fame is none other than Dave Goerlitz. The former Winston Man.
Yes, absolutely. That's it.
Damn
David
right.
Goerlitz. You know what? I have seen that man do what he does all over the United States, and just be representative of this industry and a voice that a lot of people don't really, I don't think, value as much as it should be, because you know what I mean. There's a lot of smokers out there that remember the Winston Man. So they remember him. They remember what he stood for, and they listen to him as someone to bring them an alternative to Winston's. Now.
And you're talking about a man who started pushing tobacco harm reduction in 1988.
Right.
Long before vape was ever a thing.
Right. Yeah.
When it wasn't a hip, trendy thing, it wasn't something new and exciting. When it was just, no, you know what? These cigarettes are killing people, and I don't want to be a part of this anymore, and I want to fight against that.
Say something about it.
That's how long that guy's been doing it, since 88.
Not only that, I mean, since 88, he's been, fighting against the tobacco companies, but, in order to start fighting against tobacco companies, he took away, a pretty good gig from Winston, to do so, So, at the end of the day, I see, obviously, that, Dave is furniture at NVE. You know, he'll always be welcomed, and we always have him on the advocacy panel. He's a friend of all of us, obviously,
right.
And you know, he is truly a person that should be recognized in this business for what he does. A little outspoken, and we all love him for that. But yes, absolutely, he should be recognized.
Yeah, we need some people out there telling the truth. And you know what? Let me give you a little example of other ways that people may not even realize how David, you know, we do these advocacy panels all over the United States with all the different shows. This past weekend, we were at Vapors Carnival, Oklahoma City, and I'm doing the advocacy. Aaron Biebert's doing his thing, trying to get the film rolling. He's having some issues there with the equipment that the convention center had provided, getting the film to roll. And I'm talking, so I can't really help him because I'm the one doing all the talking, emceeing on the stage. So to buy time, I see David Goerlitz coming up the side of the crowd and just walking by, and I motion to him to come here. He walks up on the stage, and I immediately just turn to him off microphone and say, "David, kill time," and hand him the microphone so I can go help Aaron, you know, get this movie issue resolved. David Goerlitz just kicks into action right there. Didn't miss a beat. True professional. Bam. Delivered home run advocacy, information, harm reduction, everything. I mean, he is such a professional and knows exactly how to do what we need done in this industry, which is to get attention and PR for the positives of harm reduction in vaping, and to be somebody like him, the Winston Man who was touting tobacco 30, 40 years ago, you know, to have him out there. Again, it's second to none. He is always the ace on any advocacy panel that I've ever done. He's always been the home run guy. He's the one guy that all the other advocates, they're all like, "I don't want to go after David. Can I please go in front of David? Can you please?" But God love Mark Anton in Oklahoma City. He was like, "Can I please just go in front of David? I do not want to have to follow David because I'm gonna be horrible if I have to follow it." I said, "I don't want to follow David, but I have to." I get it. He's that good at what he does, and no one deserves it more than David Goerlitz. So
yes.
I just think that's fantastic that he's going to be the one that is the last inductee for this initial. So that is awesome, man.
Absolutely. Congratulations to him. And how can people be there, Michael, if they want to be a part of the black tie event to the formal induction?
Well, again, there are 3 ways to go. You could either buy a weekend pass and add it onto your NVE weekend pass on nationalvapeexpo.com or the ticket links. You could buy a single day to the convention, which everybody's going to be at, and you could add it onto that, or you could buy them at the door on the day of the event. You know, we're expecting it's going to be a suit and tie type of thing. We're going to have a beautiful, you know, catered meal from, you know, from Mohegan Sun. It's going to be very nice. We're going to have a lot of speakers. We're going to have induction ceremonies. It's going to be a really, really great time.
That's awesome. It sounds good, man. I can't wait. It is probably the biggest vape convention of all the shows all during the year that we do. Is the one that was formerly Foxwoods, now Mohegan Sun. Yes. I've actually been to Mohegan Sun, and it is fantastic. It is way nicer than Foxwoods, so I'm looking forward to it. And now to have this group of great people to honor while we're there. Julie Woessner, 5 Pawns, Mike Runshe, David Goerlitz, all of these people were so deservingly, you know, to be just honored, and to be a part of that, I think is a great thing. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, if you're not made your plans now, book your room. National Vape Expo, Mohegan Sun. It's going to be, you know, it's like our Daytona, our Daytona. You know, if we were NASCAR, it's kind of like we start off the year with this big, huge one, you know, and then we go from there. And this is that big, huge show, and I'm glad that we're going to have an opportunity to honor these special people.
I agree. So much so.
No, we're super, super stoked about it. We really are.
Yeah. I think at this point we need to just go call the Hall of Famer to be.
David?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why are we talking to Michael?
Oh, I think we should get David on the phone. Absolutely. Let's get him on the phone.
He's thinking we're going to do it on a 3-way call.
Right. Michael.
Bye.
I don't need to talk to you anymore. I want to talk to the famous guy. Come on. I want to talk to Dave.
No chance in hell.
Yeah. Why would we want to continue to talk to him? Come on now.
I don't know.
That's silly.
We'll call him back.
That's silliness. That's craziness. A 3-way call. Michael, come on.
Who is this? Leave me the hell alone.
Is this Vape Hall of Famer David Goerlitz?
the Vape Hall of Famer. You know what? I've been called a lot of things, but this is the first time I've been called. I couldn't play basketball. I couldn't play baseball. I would never be in any Hall of Fame. Because with basketball guys, you got to be able to run and dribble at the same time. I can do one or the other. I can't do them both. But just sitting here trying to tell my wife what's going on, because I keep my business life and my private life kind of separate, because my kids don't even know what the hell I do.
They're like, he goes somewhere, he comes back, we don't know. He smells like strawberry.
I leave with a blood clot, and
Yes.
I come back and I have it out. I come down with 11 inches of colon, and then next time it's gone. I get diverticulitis, and I have a toothache. This past week in Oklahoma City, and I come back and I get 2 teeth pulled. So every convention I go to, I'm a calamity. I'm an accident waiting to happen. But you know what? I rise above it. I grow a pair, and I stand up. I say, I'm going to continue to do this, and then the next day I don't want to do it anymore.
That's right. Well, and there was that one time you caught mono from using the Rodman's mod.
Yeah, sorry about that. But it's true, man.
So how you guys doing? Thanks so much. This is great. I mean, I wake up to this. I just launched my YouTube thing with my David G podcast. It just came out. I'm just putting it together, and I got a lot of different things going on right now, and I'm finalizing everything, which I'll be sharing with you guys, very soon, because we're all of the same pea pod here. We are probably all separated at birth when it comes to how the kind of passions we have for things. And so sorry to hear about your mom, Pablo. I know we all been through there.
Thank you, brother.
I was thinking of you, and it's a horrible time. I'm an orphan, and at some point, as I get closer to the end of my life, we go through it all the time. And my daughter's a mortician, so she reminds me of death all the time. When she comes over and she tells me about her day, and I just see so much sadness, and I try to find good in everything I do. But sometimes with this vaping industry, guys, I got to tell you, that just pushes me to the edge where I just want to jump fast and far and not survive it. Come on, comment, because I just think
I feel your pain, man.
We have so many alternatives to help people, and then people are freaking trying to take them away, and everybody's trying to play nice. And Rod, I don't have to preach to you, and I get excited. And, Pablo, you know me. I just want people to be happy and live longer and enhance the quality of their life with things that are there, available, and proven to be, good for you and acceptable socially and psychologically and pharmacologically. But people are trying to take this shit away, and it's just so infuriating. So I'll probably, have to go to jail, for justifiable homicide. And my co-partner, like I have, is Kevin Crowley. He's only got $22 in bail money already collected in crowdfunding for me.
Well, that's when you hit Kevin Lacey up. That's when we hit Kevin Lacey up.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But so many people don't realize what you do, man. I mean, they don't.
Well,
I think they need to value.
I do, Rod.
They need to value you, and I think this is a perfect opportunity time because, again, I've seen you. You mentioned blood clots, this, that, and the other. Your intestines, things that you've done, and you still show up for these shows.
Yeah.
And you talk about an all-star. You talk about a Hall of Famer. No matter what the sport is, it's that guy that, you know what? If you can't play hurt, you can't play, and you are just the epitome of that because you show up, show in, show out. They're delivering it just like I said a few moments ago. This weekend when it was all starting to crumble really quickly as far as the tech end and our dependence on the convention center's gear, you came up and I just gave you that sincere look of buy me time and handed you the mic and went to go help Aaron, and you just delivered. You deliver it every time.
The same way. If somebody calls you on into your show and has a bitch or complaint or a rant, you just let them go, and then they feel better, And I go to these things just like you. You don't feel good. When I go to these places, people don't say, "Hey, how you doing?" They say, "Hey, what's wrong with you this time?" Because really, every time I go to these things. And I came home from Monday from Oklahoma, and I had to go to the dentist that night, and I had to get 2 teeth pulled because they were infected. But that's not going to stop me from what I'm capable of doing, because I can only worry about a problem that I have a solution for, and I have solutions for some of our issues that we're facing in the vaping community. And you guys have to sit there every day. I don't even turn you guys on anymore in the morning, when I'm doing, only because I don't love you. It's just that you're going to rile me up again. You're going to piss me off, And then it's going to set the stage for the rest of a day that's really screwed up for me, And then I got my 2 grandkids here, and I got to be in a good mood for them. Then I get down on the floor with my 9-month-old grandson, and then my 5-year-old granddaughter. I tried to explain to them why is Poppy grumpy,
Because
and
you care,
Poppy's
you're
grumpy
passionate, and you really
I-
care about these people the same as Pablo and I do, and sometimes it can be such one of the frustrating parts of this industry is carrying so much that it takes that out of you, and then you feel like you have nothing to give. But I have seen you deliver time and time again when your well was dry, and you still deliver. You get up on that stage, and you get the people motivated, the vapors motivated about advocacy, about harm reduction, and you know what? We always talk about more and more people, and we need more money, and we need more funding. But we have to have people first and foremost, and people joining this
Well,
fight.
I agree.
And
I
you
agree
bring
with
and
you.
you bring that, and you energize those people every single time you take the stage.
I have watched you guys for a long time, since last January when you came back from St. Louis, was it, when you came back, or Grand Rapids, wherever you came back from, and you announced that you were going to do a radio show, and I'm saying, okay, well, let's just see if there's proof in the pudding here where people really get off their ass and do something and support and subscribe and do things. And of course, like A Billion Lives that only saw, a couple million people saw it, maybe in the U.S. and a couple million globally, and 4 million people out of 300 million here in the United States alone, and if we got close to 10 million vapors in the U.S. and only 1 million or 2 saw it, that's just sad, here's and regardless of what you think, how the film was marketed, because he didn't have any money to do. And a lot of people think this Aaron Bieber guy is a multimillionaire.
No,
and
I
Michael
bought him
Moore
drinks
kind of
all
a guy.
weekend. I know, ladies and gentlemen, take my word. He's not, okay? Get over that.
He was my roomie.
Yeah, he
He was my roomie in Oklahoma City,
Right.
and he's as generous as they come. But he spent a year and a half, 2 years traveling around on his own dime, hoping that something was going to kick and he was going to get that kind of the love. And he got the love. I mean, he's got the respect of the industry, obviously, with all the awards that he got.
Absolutely.
But what he didn't get was the army that he needed. Like me, I've been doing this for a lot of years, guys, and I don't have an army behind me. We don't have an army big enough to fight these assholes in Washington that are trying to put the target in the bullseye in the back and chests of vapors because somehow they're the problem. I've had it. I'm done. I've announced it on your radio show when we were in Oklahoma City. I'm doing something different. I'm not going to, and I'll respect VTA and CASA and SFATA and AVA, and I mentioned I don't indict anybody. I just think that I have to do it my way, and like Frank Sinatra said, I got to do it my way, and I'm going to do what I do. And my podcast is kicking off, so I'm going to need subscribers to the David G. Model Citizen.
Yes.
The Pinnacle Hour is what I'm going to call it because of the hemp and the CBD that I take and how I want to use that as a rite of passage into wellness. Because smokers generally, when they quit and start vaping, quit smoking and go to vaping, they're not healthy in other areas of their life. So I want to be a one-stop shop of hopefully knowledge and education. So I've been burying my nose in books and Google and checking things out to make sure that when I open up my pie hole, the information I give is correct. Unlike our media and unlike our Surgeon General and unlike our FDA directors. So I'm going to continue to do what I do. But this whole thing came about like really all of a sudden with this Vapors Hall of Fame thing, and I'm really honored. But I've never been one about awards or I had one award given to me by the World Health Organization.
And you threw it
a few years
back. Yeah.
I sent it back and told her to shove it up her ass. So I hope Mike Wittenberg doesn't piss me off.
The only problem with that is Michael might enjoy it. Let me just warn you
true.
now.
That's true.
No, so I am to be reckoned with, especially at my age now. I am above the opinions that other people have of me. But I can tell you, this is a great honor to be recognized, especially with Julie and Mike Runshe, some of these greats, and Five Pawns, the RJ and the J Love. I mean, these are just great people who really are what's right with this industry. And I don't say that sheepishly. These guys really are. And a lot of people never really got a hook into me as to what do we do with Dave Goerlitz? How do we use him when he doesn't have a filter on his mouth? Well, I understand that. I understand that when you're dealing with legislators and lawmakers and lobbyists and senators and congressmen, I don't like any of them. Okay, so you don't want to bring me in. You don't want to bring me into the mix, even though I have all this information and knowledge. And a lot of people, just don't understand me. They think that I'm just going to be ranting and bitching all the time. I know I do a lot of fun stuff, and the podcast that I'm going to do is going to be educational. It's going to be fun. I don't expect to make a penny out of it, but if I can help people like James Jarvis was doing the other day in Oklahoma, just carrying people who come to the show around and introducing them, these smokers who that's a beautiful thing, And these guys and you guys and hopefully myself. We are just as important as a lung surgeon, who's going to pay $150,000 to take care of your lung disease that you got because somebody enticed you as a kid to smoke and dip and chew tobacco. So I have to pay it forward, and I have to do what I have to do. And so the podcast and whatever mini documentaries I do about the Dave Goerlitz story, Dr. Jeffrey Wigand can get a story out of working for Brown and Williamson as a doctor for the tobacco industry, and they got a movie out of it called The Insider, played by Russell Crowe and Al Pacino. Then at least I can get my story out, because I'm really sick and tired of being on a plane, going somewhere, and somebody says, "So what do you do for a living?" And then it's like diarrhea of the mouth, because I hope it's a long flight, because it's going to take me 6 hours to get out.
Right.
What it is what do I do? What do I do? Do I help save lives? Do I promote? Do I market?
You do.
Do I try to convince people? No. All I have to do is try to do the best that I can and share my story. And if it helps people, it's like a bowl of spaghetti. If I throw it at you, and if the stump sticks to you, great. If it falls to the ground, step over it. So I'm not out to get smokers to quit unless they're ready. I'm not out there to have 10,000 flavors of strawberry. I'm not out there to market something with anything that's going to be nothing but truthful, reasonably regulated products that we know that we ingest it into our bloodstream, it's going to be as safe as possible with all the stress that we have and all the crap that's going on and all the distractions we have with sadness in this world. So, it sounds kind of like cheeky, but I don't care. I'm going to do what I can do. And this honor that you guys, Michael Wittenberg, is bestowing on me, and you guys are proud of what I do, and I'm proud of you guys. So, hopefully we can, tread water and float through this muck and mire, and the people are jumping ship now. I understand that people are just getting frustrated, but I'm not jumping ship. I'm just gonna learn how to tread water, better, and hopefully keep my head above water.
Well, and you look at this, and you're talking about you're just trying to move forward. You've been doing that for 31 years now.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
what better definition of Hall of Famer than somebody who was playing the game before there was a game.
Right.
You have been a tobacco harm advocate since '88, and before vape was ever a thing. That's how long you've been crushing at this and speaking your truth.
Crush it, guys, when you crush it, you have to have the support around you, because nobody likes to be solo. And see, I don't want to be a leader, because leaders that's a misnomer. Because if you're leading, you think you're a leader, and you look behind you and there's nobody behind you, you're just freaking walking.
Right.
Okay, you're leading. Okay, so I want to be a leader, and I want to be a guiding factor for people to say, hey, that makes sense. Now let me take this message and move it on to somebody else, and so on and so on and so on. That's how things get done, and that's how Aaron Biebert needs to get his things done. Whether you agree with him on everything that he does philosophically, he's not a vapor. He's an educator, and he's a filmography guy who knows how to extrapolate something that makes sense and makes it important. And that's what I'm going to do when I try to work with him on other projects that I want to do. And so things are coming together slowly, even though, we out of these ashes, the phoenix will rise, sort of thing. The cream's going to rise to the top, and the people who are in this for the right reasons, I think, will have some sort of recompense from a higher power to say, hey, you're doing a good job. You're doing good work. So keep it up. We're going to help you. So you guys have to keep your strength up. You got to keep your chin up. And as frustrating as hell as it is for me and you and other people, we can't give up. And even though you might hear me say I'm giving up and I'm quitting, because I get like you, Rod. I've had it sometimes. Sometimes you just need to shut the hell up,
Right.
Sometimes you
right.
Shut up, regroup, go take care of eat some eggs, get some protein in you, get some strength back, and then go out and face the battle tomorrow.
Touche.
A lot of enemies, dude.
That's it, man.
A lot of enemies out there.
Well, I'm just proud to be a part of this and to honor you, because, again, out of all the people in this industry that I've worked with, I will honestly say I think you deserve it as much or more than anyone ever. And I can't wait to see you again and us have a chance and opportunity to honor you.
Are you telling me that I have to wear a tie to this? Because I don't do ties.
You can wear whatever you want, baby. You can wear whatever you
want. That's
right.
Hey, Rod,
yes.
You and I can dress up in the light blue tuxedos that they did in Dumb and Dumber.
There you go.
Get those tuxedos,
that would be epic.
I would do that. I could do that.
That would be awesome.
Let me just tell you this. You guys are awesome, and I try to do whatever I can to keep up with you guys, and I just know that you're doing this from your heart, as I am, and we're not going to give up, and we're going to find ways around this. And I just launched my YouTube this morning. Actually, that's what I was doing when I got a message that Wittenberg was going to be on your show, and and you were going to make some announcements, because I haven't said anything to anybody because I just didn't know if I was going to say, hey, you know what, give it to somebody else more deserving. But the more I thought about it, the more how proud I am to be a part of somebody who can support and respect what I do. So, with that said, I am so honored to be a part of this, because this vaping thing is going to be a lifesaver for many, many, many people, no matter what the government does, no matter how much they try to F with us, no matter how much they try to stab us in the back. We're not going to lob back now. If they're throwing grenades at us, we're not going to lob back Nerf darts. We're going to start coming back. Like I said, we're not going to be sheep anymore. We're going to be bears. We're going to be aggressive, and we're going to get people to understand that we're doing it for the right reasons, because we're not making a lot of money doing this. But you know what? It feels really damn good when you see somebody at Oklahoma comes up to you and starts crying because you were the one to help them make a decision to transition over. That's all I need to hear. Once in a while,
right,
that's all
man.
you need to hear once in a while.
Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. I came in Friday night, and I was just felt like I'm 14 hours on the road. I'm just, I'm going, I can't do this. I can't physically do this anymore. And I meet up with you, Aaron, James Jarvis, you guys, lit the fire again, go right back out there Saturday. And you, like you said, we meet these smokers, and we're off and that's all I needed. So, again, no one deserves it more than you, man.
Well, thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I will be seeing you guys in the funny papers, and anybody you can subscribe. Tell them to subscribe to David G. Model Citizen, so I can get some legs on this beast here and get the word out and on YouTube a couple times a week, and then my podcast, which will be once a week, and then I'll be able to do other projects down the road with like my mini documentary that I'm going to be starting soon, which I'll announce at some point in the next 30 or 40 days. But it's time for me to tell the story, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And you guys have been on this ride with me for the last 4 or 5 years. So we're going to take you back, throw back decades. We're going to go back to the very beginning as to how we got into this mess, and hopefully we'll be able to educate some people and light a fire under them to go out and do good work.
That's right. David G. Model Citizen. You can hear it here Saturday mornings and Sunday evenings right here on Vape Radio. And that's cool. It just occurred to me, like, that means we now have a Hall of Famer on the staff here at Vape Radio.
That's right.
Yes.
So keep me in mind and call me anytime, guys. All right.
Love you, big brother, man. Take care, and
love you guys too.
See you soon,
everybody.